Yeah, he was kind of like, I was sneaking into the back of a bog, and he was in a skid trail. I was grunting my way down. It was super
Just still
crunchy that
hunting
morning. Just
first.
still hunting my way in. I
Yeah.
actually had just left the truck probably like 5 minutes ago. I was only 50, 60 yards off the road.
No kidding.
And I was grunting my way in because I had hunted there the week prior, and there was a ton of buck sign in there. It was all torn up. There was a bunch of scrapes and a bunch of rubs. I could see where a buck had been chasing a doe. I had a close encounter with an even bigger buck in the same area. That's kind of why I was in there. And I was just still hunting, grunting my way in there. And he kind of popped out in the skid trail, probably, I want to say 75 yards down in the skid trail. The skid trail kind of curved around and came towards me. I don't know if he heard me grunting and came in, or if he kind of was swinging and he was already headed my way. But I looked up and I saw just a nice 8-point rack. Wasn't a monster deer. He was about 180 when he was dressed out. But I saw his rack pop up like that, and he was staring at me. And I kind of had a feeling I was busted because I was making a lot of noise, and he was looking right at me. So I pulled up, and I could only see from like his chest to his head. So I put it right on his throat patch, and I touched it off, and I thought he dropped because it was kind of a quick action, and it was so thick. So when I shot him, he must have ducked down to run away from me, and I thought he dropped. So I took off running up there because I just wanted to make sure he was finished off and done. And
I always run up when I see him. If I see one drop, I'm thinking he may not be hit that good, you know.
Kind of a side rant, but like I've had a lot of luck after I shoot. The commotion of shooting and him running away, I've had a lot of luck by chasing after them and catching up to them because, like, if you think about it, he's crashing through the woods as well. So he's not really listening to what's going on behind him. So especially if you like done some scouting and there's like an open area or a cut above where he's headed, if you take off running, you could probably have another chance at that buck because a lot of times they'll stop. They won't go too far.
Right.
Even after you shoot it, though, they won't go too far. And I've had a lot of luck catching bucks after they stop from running by just chasing after them. But that's kind of what I did. I saw him drop. I thought he dropped, so I ran up there, and I was looking around. I couldn't find any blood whatsoever, and I was like, "There's no way I didn't hit this buck." I was calm. It was a nice shot, and I couldn't find any blood. And I was looking around. In the video cuts, I was looking around for probably a minute, and then I just stopped and I was listening, and I could hear him kind of like he was struggling to breathe. He was like like that, and I was like, "That's got to be him." And so I took off down the skid trail where he ran, and there was another probably 50, 60 yards of running, couple blowdowns in the way. And then he was standing in the skid trail. I took another shot at him, hit him. He bounded a couple more times into like a thick bog area, and I put one more in him, and he went down. But that all happened. It was quick. It was only a couple minutes.
Yeah.
The first shot till I finished him off. But
yeah. Yeah, so we got a few comments about.
Yeah, we got a lot of people like are used to like tree stand hunting, so they aren't used to seeing someone take off after a deer. I do it every time almost.
Yeah, especially if you've guided a lot of people like Hal and I have. They knock them down a bunch of times, and guess what? They ain't done.
No, exactly.
If you like that, make sure you check out bigwoodsbucks.com for more content.
And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter.